Now she's running off at me. Have no steering. See if we can get turned going another way. Hello, welcome to Tim Anderson Horse Training. Today I'm going to be riding Delta Dawn. She is right at 30 days under saddle. I've only been riding her off the bit for just a couple of rides. That's been kind of an issue that we've been working on all along. And the other thing we've had to work on is her moving on my spur. And today we're just going to ride her around and kind of see what she gives me to work on. And we're going to go from there. I know there are some things that I want to be working towards. I need better control of her shoulders. I need better control of her hip. We're going to be working that direction. But we're going to kind of see what she gives me, and then we're going to go from there. When I'm working a horse that's this age, as far as just a month under saddle, she's right at a month under saddle. But I don't want to get in my head that I'm going to work on this specific item today. And if I get in the arena and she gives me a good opportunity to work on something else, I'm going to work on something else. So I kind of have a plan. As far as I know, I want to work on her shoulder control and her hip control. But if she don't give me that to work on, then we'll work on something else. So I've got a lot more walk, a lot more free walk. If you've seen the last couple of videos, I've had a hard time getting a nice relaxed walk out of her. And I'm getting there. That's coming nice. She's not fighting with my spurs as much, not fussing about my hands as much. So we're making some good progress there. Right now I'm warming her up. We'll just walk around, see what she gives me. I will do a little bit of trotting today, and I will do a little bit of loping today. So let's start by working with our shoulder control, and let's see what we get. I'm going to raise my left hand. I'll push up my left leg right behind the girth. Let's see what we get. There we go. She's kind of fussing with her face a little bit. I did get a little shoulder. There we go. Good girl. Now you see, after I released, she kind of came back to the left. She's pushing into where that pressure was. That needs to get better, but we're going to work with it. It's just where she is right now. I'd like to walk her some more before we trot. Let's do that again. Shoulders to the right, off my left. There we go. And this is kind of what we got into last time when I was pushing her shoulders around. She was trying to push through the bit, push through the pressure. And that's when she got to where she was trying to run off with me. We're going to try to avoid that today. But I'm not going to get in a situation where I'm pulling back on her either. I start pulling back, then she's going to just start pushing harder. So what we need to teach her is how to respond to the pressure that I asked for so that she don't feel like she needs to push into it. There we go. A little bit off my left leg. And let's ask for a little bit off my right leg. There we go. And to make a little bit more contact with her face than what I would have liked, a little bit of lateral shoulder movement. There we go. I'm pushing with my spur right behind the girth. Just getting a little bit of movement. See right there, as soon as I put the pressure with my leg, she started fighting with the reins. I am trying to make a little bit of contact with my hands when I push, just to slow down her forward movement. So we're gonna change up from working legs, and let's work her face just a little bit. So what I'm gonna do, let's just turn to the right. I'm gonna make kind of a sharp turn to the right, give her face, and face. Turn to the left, give her face, and release. That's better. Do that again. Face and just kind of ask her to follow her nose a little bit. There we go. Like I said, I am riding off the bit. I have not ridden off the bit but just a few times. I rode probably her first 3 weeks just off the halter because of what she was giving me with her face. There we go. And you notice I make it very black and white. I'm going to turn, and then I'm going to release. Turn and release. Right now I'm kind of pulling out to the side. Here in just a minute I'm going to start pulling a little more up. I need a little more up pressure. That's going to help me control her shoulders. It's also going to help me position her better when we start working a cow. This is some of that slow, quiet work that I've talked about. That's very quiet, boring, but it's so important. Let's do a pull. Thought about that a little bit. Complained about it a little bit. Let's do it this way. Right rein. A little more up. There we go. I'm going to work a few circles right here against the fence. Use the fence to help steer a little bit. I'm also going to be using the fence to help get her on the back end a little bit. I've said in other videos, it's going to apply here also. Inside rein controls the bend, outside rein controls the speed, and the outside rein controls the connection to the diagonal hip. So the left rein sets her back on the right hip, the right rein sets her back on the left hip. And we're going to be working a little bit of that right here. So I'm going to walk forward, I'm going to turn her to the right. Left rein sets her on that hip and push her through. The nice thing about doing it on the fence like that is she wanted to push forward through the contact, but the fence was right there. So we're going to go around again. Left rein for the bend. Right rein, set her on that back end. Come on. There you go. I'll walk a circle this way, then we'll do it again. There, that was better. Step forward, out of the turn, still pushing with her face a little bit. And you notice, as she kind of pushes with the face and kind of complaining a little bit, I'm just giving her some slack. I'm not really going to do anything about it. I'm going to ignore that. I'm just going to tell her to turn, tell her to go, and then get back soft again. Let's see if we can get a little trot going. There we go. That was nice. Try it again. Now what's happening here, you're going to start seeing my stop to develop. And I'm really not going to do a whole lot about it. It's going to start developing on its own. I'll say the word, ask her to stop. Pretty much just with one rein. Last thing I want to do when I'm building my stop is to pull back with both reins. Whoa, good girl, good girl. Let's go the other way. Send her forward, forward, there we go. Trot the other way. Now there's things I could do about this face. I could put martingale on her. I could ride her with a German martingale. I could ride her with a running martingale. I could bump her face. I could scold her for what she's doing. But I really feel like once she understands the game, whoa, good girl. Once she understands the game, understands how to give to the pressure, it's going to go away all on its own. So I'm really not going to do much about it right now. I just want to make sure Then I give a good cue, good soft cue, and then give her face back. Whoa. Good girl. Nice stop. Very nice. Now, later, this is something that's important when you're building a reining stop, cow horse stop. When you're trying to build that slide and you're running down for a big stop and you say, whoa, and the horse stops in the back end and he's walking in the front end. I never, ever, ever back up after that. The horse, and a lot of people do, but what I have found out is you do that and you back up, the horse thinks, well, I didn't stop hard enough, so then it starts stopping on its front end, and then you end up with his trying to get stiff with his back feet and his front feet, and then you never really develop that long stop. So I don't ever back up when I stop when I'm working that. Now there are other times that I'll stop and then back up, but not that. I'll always separate the stop from the backup. Right here, what I'm doing, when I ask for the whoa and I'm turning to the fence, I am encouraging that front end to stay loose so that when I say whoa, it can stay walking to start developing that slide and stop. That's why I do it this way. I don't ever pull back with both reins when I want to whoa, when I want to stop. So let's go back and do that another time or two. You can kind of get the idea. I bet you can kind of see how it develops from what I'm doing to the finished product. At this point, I'm not going to pull on more than one rein at a time until she starts fussing. She quits complaining about the bit. Whoa, good girl. Got a nice stop, and if you notice, she was thinking about turning the other way. She's keeping her front end up, she's keeping it soft, she's ready to go the other way. Now we'll go the other way. Good girl. Let's do that one more time and then we'll go do something else. I really don't need any more effort stopping right now than what I'm getting. She's starting to drop her back and engage her back feet. Almost like she's wanting to slide. She don't have any shoes on. It's too early to put slide shoes on her. So I'm not going to do anything to ask her to use that back end harder. Back end is good. I need to soften the front end. Now let's ask for one more stop. Whoa. There we go. Good girl. The act of stopping is a forward movement until you become stopped. Now, those couple of steps that she took right there, she was actually setting her body up to turn the other way. That's a movement that we have worked on working cows. She's trying to do what she's been taught to do. When we're working cows, we go forward, we stop. Hesitate. We don't go straight to the back up after the stop. Then we'll back a step and then we'll go the other way. Back step, then we'll go the other way. Right there, the pushing she did with her nose, she planted her feet to push with her nose. What I'm going to do to fix her face has nothing to do with her face, it has everything to do with her feet. The key to getting the face correct is to loosen the shoulders up. I loosen the shoulders up, I take away the leverage that she's using to push with her nose. Let's go forward. So we're going to go back, we're going to work on them shoulders some more. These young horses, I always mix up what I'm doing. Push, put, there we go, good girl. These young horses, I mix up what I'm doing. I don't ever stay doing the same thing very long. I think they start thinking about it too much, they get a little bit bored. So we do a little bit of one thing, do a little bit of another thing. Now I really want to work that exercise at a walk. What I'm going to do here, I'm not going to pull her down to the walk. She was thinking stop at the fence. I'm not going to pull her down to a walk. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to ask her to circle small enough that it's going to be a little bit hard to do at a trot. All of my corrections, she started to slow down and I squeezed her forward. All of my corrections are building on a training technique. So even though she's wanting to trot, I had something else in mind. We're going to work on this, engage her back in, because we're going to use this later for our spin. Ask her to go smaller than what she's comfortable. I'm going to raise my inside hand. Remember, the outside hand is connected to my inside hip. There we go. So instead of pulling back to slow her down, I rocked her back on that hip and slowed her down. There, now look, we had a little bit of a beginning of a step across. I normally at this stage can have a better start of a spin with 30 days under saddle, but she's so pushy with her face, I haven't pushed on that. That's something that's going to have to come. There we go. That's something that's going to have to come when she gets a little bit better with the face. There's another step. Another step. Good. Whoa. Good girl. Good girl. Give her a little bit of reward. We're going to go some circles to the right. So with a horse like her, basically 30 days under saddle, I know the things that we need to work on, and we're going to kind of work on what she gives me at that time. This is what we've done today. I've worked on the things that she gives me to work on, and whatever she's giving me at that point. Let's see if we can step around to the right a little bit. Now right now, I wanted to ask when I said that, but I didn't, because she kind of pushed her left shoulder out. Face went in, pushed with this shoulder. There was no use me asking because her body wasn't set up for it. And that's what I mean when I say work on what she gives me. If her body is not in a position to do what I ask her to do, then there's no way that I can reward her for doing the correct thing, because she's not going to be able to do it. I'm going to set her up for that correct thing so that I can reward her doing that correct thing. Inside hand up a little bit. Inside hand up a little bit. Push up my left leg. Use my left rein to engage that right hip. And she's wanting to fight. Let's see. Let's just kind of keep a little pressure there. Let's see what we get. Keep my left leg on her. I'm going to keep her going in a circle. We're going to see if we can just sit here, wait for her brain to kick in, and figure out what we're asking for. And release. There we go. Good girl. Good girl. Let's walk forward and see what we do. See what we get if we do that again. All I did, she was trotting, I just never released that left leg behind the girth and just waited for her to say, well, this isn't working. Let's see what will. Let's come around and I'll push up my left leg again. And push. There we go. Let's get a little more forward. And push. There we go. She kind of fell on her front end there. That's where that right hand needs to come up. It'll help her support her front end. It'll help get that right shoulder up out of her way so that she can step across better. Knee forward. There we go. There we go. That was a better one. I'm just kind of turn her loose for a minute. give her a fresh mind. Then we're going to lope a little bit, see what we get. There we go. And we might be in a runoff again. Run away again. Just going to kind of steer a little bit. Steer a little bit. Really don't have much steering because she's fighting me so much with her face. Yeah, she's trying to run off with me there. So I don't like loping just for the sake of loping, but I lift my inside hand, get the shoulder up. Inside hand is connected to the inside shoulder. Outside hand is connected to the outside shoulder and the inside hip. So by lifting my inside hand, I get the inside shoulder out of the way, and then I steer with my outside rein. That sets up the start of collection, start of her rounding, steering. That was better there. That was much better. Inside hand up. Outside right. There we go. Better. Ask her to slow down up here. There we go. I didn't ask for a stop. I just kind of softened riding because I don't want her engaging her back end and stopping hard right now. She doesn't have shoes on. If she stops hard and it hurts, she's going to quit wanting to stop. Let's walk a little bit this way. Then we'll lope the other way. We'll see what she steers like this way. Again, inside hand up, trying to run off with me to the right. Not wanting to steer. Do it again. Now what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna kick on her kind of hard. And we'll lope again. She wasn't wanting to steer, she was fighting my steering. Planted her inside foot. See, she's heavy on that inside foot again. I'm gonna lift my inside rein some more. Bring the shoulders around. Shoulders around. Come on. Now she's running off at me. Have no steering. See if we can get turned, go another way. Let's do it again. Come on. Wants to run off with me to the end of the arena. Do that again. Wanting to run off with me to this end of the arena. Don't want to steer. I'm gonna let her go down here. She wants to run. She wants to run, we'll let her go. I'd rather her not run off with me. I'd rather her go where I want to go. I'll make it easier on her. But if she's gonna poke her nose out, run off with me down here, I'm gonna let her go. Let her figure out this ain't a good place to be. And keep on going. Let's see what she does this time. See if she runs off with me again. All I want to do is make a circle. If we make a circle, we'll quit. Nope. Running off with me over here. I'll let her go. Not gonna let her stop. Not gonna let her stop. All goes back to pushing with her face. She pushes with her feet, pushes down with her feet to get the leverage to push with her face. And when she does that, pushing with her feet, I don't really have much steering. Pokes your nose out, feet down. She don't really want to steer. In the process, she's carrying herself real hollowed out. Going where she wants to go. There we go, starting to give in. There we go. We do a nice circle or two down here. I'll let her quit. Better. The next one's a little better than that. I'll go ahead and let her quit. I want to be tired enough that she don't want to do it again, but I don't want to be so tired that she's just mentally and physically exhausted. It's really not better. Pulling on my hand more than she did last time. Go around again. She's wanting to stop here. Let's see where she wants to go. If she takes me to the other end this time, I'm gonna let her take me. Actually, that one wasn't too bad. A little slip at the end, just because she finally said, okay, let's go that way. I'll agree with you, we'll go that way. See what we get here. There, she slowed down. She's steering. Now I need one more circle. She slowed down. Her slowdown was good because she quit fighting me and she slowed down. But I don't want her to come down. I don't want her to break gait because she needs a lope and knife circle. Because I said let's lope and knife circle. There. Now I'll stop her up here. Good girl. Good girl. Let's walk. Alright, so I'm going to walk her a little bit. I'll walk her cool. That's all I'm going to do with her for today. Maybe she'll decide to not run off with me next ride. Once she quits pushing with her face and elevates her shoulders, she'll quit running off with me. It's kind of a mental thing. She don't want to be told what to do with her face. And then it becomes physical when she pushes with her feet and takes me where she wants to go. Now you notice when she did that, when she did run off with me, take me where she wanted to go. We're in an arena, go anywhere. She wanted to run off with me down there. I let her run off with me down there, but I didn't let her stop. We went down there and then we came back. I wanted a nice, easy circle, easy lope circle right here. I wasn't going to force it, going to make it happen. I want it to be, eventually be willfully guided. Because if we're going to show in cow horse, that's what we need to score good. We need willfully guided. She didn't want to be told what to do. So I just waited for her to decide, okay. Oh, she didn't know what to do. So I made the right thing easy. I made the wrong thing hard. She wanted to go down there. I made that hard. Right thing was easy. Right thing was staying down here. Give me a nice easy circle and we quit. So that's it for today with Delta Dawn. Thank you for watching.